Hello and good morning. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock right now. I've only been up like half an hour. Still like going through our British boiling hot summer. Although it's not actually summer yet, not until the 23rd anyway. I've not been out for me run yet. Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I went to the cycle track with the intention of like doing a brick session. Which is basically practicing the process of coming off the bike and then going straight into a run. That went well. I didn't really. What actually happened? That's really weird, actually. So yesterday I went to the cycle track and I bumped into some people, and I was like, I actually spent more time at the track talking to people, and which was nice actually. I haven't been social for a while. Yeah, and one of the guys helped me fine tune me bike fitting, which was good as well. And I also tried out me tri bars. That was actually quite hard actually. I didn't realise that they were going to be as difficult to use as they were. Yeah. I'll probably do a post on that myself actually. So yeah, today's video is basically on about VO2Max and why it's important. For those of you that watch my videos a lot, that's actually, I don't know if you've noticed, but I actually like talk about VO2Max quite a lot. But the purpose of today's video is the importance of using VO2Max, i.e. getting and keeping fit from the age of like 50 to 70 and beyond. Today, basically I'll discuss the importance of achieving a high VO2Max relative to your age. So VO2Max is also known as aerobic capacity. It's actually defined as the maximum volume the maximum volume of oxygen that you have available during exercise. So a higher VO2Max means that you have more oxygen during exercise. That's important because exercise can take many forms. I guess primarily I'm talking about strenuous exercise, running and cycling, in my case. But it can also mean, normal, everyday walking, so, you yourself would have seen like 60 and 70-year-olds and maybe even 50-year-olds, struggling to walk with a walking stick. I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to be as mobile into your 60s and 70s as you are now. So basically, from a health perspective, a higher VO2Max improves the function and efficiency of every cell in your body. So it improves the function of everything your body does. This ranges from hormone production, digestion, tissue renewal, muscle contractions, and these are especially important as we get older, and the key, and they are key to remaining healthy into our 60s and 70s and older. Having a higher VO2Max should actually be the highest and most important goal if you want to keep the quality of your life high post-retirement. And as a reminder, I know a lot of you won't need a reminder, but as I'm going to give it anyway. I have dementia, and maintaining a high VO2 max has actually slowed and probably likely to have stalled the mental decline. And according to my, own position, I shouldn't be here now. So, my focus on VO2Max, as well as diet and other stuff, has kept me alive, for longer than what they think someone with dementia should. So how do we develop a high VO2Max? Well, getting a high VO2Max is easier than keeping it, and whatever your level, expect it to be changeable. Mine changes like every day, I think, near enough. For example, I've found that VO2Max is affected by weather, the temperature really, and also winter illnesses. Though a high VO2Max will actually lower the risk of picking up these winter illnesses considerably. As an example, mine fluctuates between 45 in the winter, and when it's super hot, raising to 55 when conditions are ideal. So, which for me is a temperature between 40 and 60. When it gets super hot, obviously, or freezing, the body basically functions differently. I mean, imagine running in sweltering weather. It makes running hard because more energy is used in temperature regulation, with less available for the lungs and heart. This is why professional athletes train at a warm location, or in elevation, for a month prior to attending an event, a race. Regarding VO2Max numbers, these are age related, so the older you are, the lower your VO2Max will be. However, your goal should always be to maintain a VO2Max that's better than your age. My average is 50, which places me in the top 5 of my age. And when I train before an event, it can be the same as that of a very fit 40-year-old, or even an average 20-year-old. Just as a little point, I actually know a guy on Garmin Connect who's 73 and has the same VO2Max as me. So it is possible. It just takes consistent exercise, and when we're talking about VO2Max, consistency is the key. Earlier I said maintaining a high VO2Max is hard. That's because it requires lots of work. It's not something you can just wake up and achieve. It takes a balance of high quality exercise, including walking, running, cycling, pushing weights, but it can also include swimming, yoga and stretching, etc. Basically cardio, if you're one of my regular subscribers, I run a lot, almost every day actually, and those days I don't run, I cycle or visit the gym to develop core, but mainly to build stronger thighs, quads and calves. I do this to get better at cardio exercises, i.e. stronger muscles help me run faster and for longer. So if we take a quick look at the graph, or table on VO2Max, we can see here what should be your VO2Max. I wouldn't aim to be in these because this is basically for the unfit people. You should actually be aiming to be, if you've not actually tried to increase your VO2Max. I would aim for these medium numbers to start with, and then when you've managed to get them, work slowly towards getting these numbers here. As you can see, mine is actually my age group. To be in the top 5, I have to be at 50. Because of the hot weather at the moment, mine's only 51. But when it cools down a little bit, like I said, when it's in between 40 and 60, and not 60, 70 and 80, my VO2Max will go up to the top, top 5% of 40-49s, heading upwards towards the top of 30-39s. And as you can see, with a 50, with a VO2Max of 50, bearing in mind mine's actually 51 at the moment, because of the heat, I'm actually fitter than an average 20 or 29-year-old. So really, what I think I'm trying to say is, when you're in your 50s, 60s and 70s, always aim for this magic 55 VO2Max number. That'll keep you fit and healthy when you're older. So methods of improving VO2Max. My main method has been the same for, I can't actually remember, to be honest with you, but I'll put like 18 months in the article. But it includes a balanced exercise regime for every day of the week. The table below, provides this information, and below, the details. So on a Monday, I go to the gym and I just do core and legs. Normally I'm there for about an hour and 15 minutes. I spend what would that be? An hour, what did I say? An hour and 15 minutes, I think. What's that? 75 minutes. I would probably spend 75 minutes. I'll probably spend 60 minutes on me legs and 20% on me core. But it just depends every time. Obviously, I do a warm up as well, so that'll normally be on a cross trainer for 20 minutes, and that'll be quite intensive. And then I'll do a little bit on core and finish on legs. Tuesday, it's a running day. I do a warm up, which is what do I say? I do 100 sumo quad lifts, and then I go out and do a 5k. Well, depending on how I feel, to be honest with you. If I feel really good, I might do a 10k, but never more than that. Wednesday is core and legs again at the gym. Thursday is cycling, warm up, sumo quads again, 100. But when I run, when I cycle for an hour. And my goal is to travel as far as I can in an hour. Friday is running, exactly the same as on Tuesday. So I do a warm up with me sumo quads and then a 5k. Saturday, same again, warm up, sumo quads, and then 5k. So, and these two like 5k's in on a Friday and a Saturday, they're actually at like really easy, really easy effort. So basically, I classify the Friday and the Saturday as my rest days. Although they're not, I still do like a little bit. And on a Sunday, it's my 10 mile plus day. So that's the plan. That doesn't always like work out like that, but depends on how I feel and that. And if like at the moment, it's scalding hot, so I won't actually go out and do a 10 mile when it's boiling. But when it's like in between my ideal like temperature, then I will do like 10 miles. Generally speaking, this form of training is actually set in stone unless it's too hot or cold outside. And as you can see, it's balanced with lots of work on strengthening my legs and to a lesser degree core work too. For gym days, I'll be there normally for about 75 minutes, as I said, working on my quads, thighs and calves, and for about 20 minutes on my arms, chest and tummy. Also, on days when I run, I use dumbbells to warm up my quads. These are the muscles I use the most, and the distance I run depends entirely on how I feel. At this point, I should mention the importance of overtraining, so I might only run a couple of miles high intensity interval training as fast as I can for 4 minutes and then 2 minutes rest. Obviously, I will feel great, I'll run further, but never over 10k. Though generally, I'll run at a moderate pace, so a sub 30-minute 5k. And at the weekend, usually on a Sunday, I'll try and do a long run, which for this year is actually 10 miles, as I'm training for a standard distance duathlon. So, for those of you that like your science, a recent study, March 2023, by the University of Edinburgh, using 723 participants, found that endurance training and high intensity training both elicit large improvements in VO2Max in the healthy young and middle-aged adults, with the gains in VO2Max being greater following high intensity training when compared to endurance training. And a further study by Professor Bircher from the University of Innsbruck found in his 2018 study that I'm going to butcher this, cardiorespiratory fitness as measured by maximum oxygen intake, VO2Max, is related to functional capacity and human performance, and has been shown to be a strong and independent predictor of all cause and disease-specific mortality. He went on to say that his study was to emphasise age-related physiological adaptations occurring with regular exercise training, with specific reference to the main organs, lungs, heart, skeletal muscles, involved in oxygen delivery and utilisation, as well as the importance of exercise training for promoting life expectancy in clinically referred populations. So, if you don't believe what I'm able to say about VO2Max and how important it is for us as we get older, take note of these like studies. If you want to see the actual studies, and also like check out the various aspects of VO2Max, and also like how what I use to keep fit. I'll actually leave a link in the description below to the actual article. This is an article I've written on my website, so you can come and read it. It's not exactly the same as what I've said, but you know, it's near as. Well, if you don't have any questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask. You know, it's the same old thing as I say every time. I'm going to be starting to do more videos on the health aspect, how to keep fit, you know, and all that sort of information. I'm mindful of doing a video on losing weight next. Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. But anyway, take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.